Vlad, who you interviewed that you thought was full of shit during the interview?
I mean, when I interviewed Gene Deal, some of his answers didn't match up with some of the other, like I remember like we interviewed Gene Deal and he talked about like the timeline of Biggie and Tupac and so forth. And like he said how he got into an accident after Tupac died because he was so upset. And then when we interviewed Lil C's was like, no, that's not how it happened. I mean, I was there. I was in the car when it crashed. Like, right. You know what I mean? Like, I was actually there. And right.
You know Gene Deal.
Yeah.
OG Security. Gene said that accident was a result of Tupac's death because Big was so upset.
He was so devastated that he got smoked out of his mind, gave Lil C's the keys, they got smoked out their mind, and they had an accident and Big went through the car window. Could have killed, he could have been dead then. He broke both of the fibula bones in his body.
So you're saying that accident that happened between Big and Lil C's, the car accident, was almost like a side effect of Tupac dying?
Yeah, that night. It was like when he heard the news, it was that night. Or you know what I'm saying? He gets smoked out of his mind because, the kid was hurt. You know what I mean?
This just sound like the rotors was bad, like they had bad brakes on that joint.
I don't know what that means. We got into a car accident. I'm telling you from my perspective how it happened. The brakes was f***ed up on that shit. I was driving. I know for a fact. And it was a little raining out there too. And we wasn't going fast either. Like I said, we just paid the toll and we was going the way that the north-south things separate. I was turning around the bend and that just started going crazy. And I wound up running into the rail. That was it. Biggie wasn't driving, so what would it do for him to be upset about Tupac? He wasn't driving. He wasn't in control of the car. I was driving. And that's just the result to what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to think about it in that mysterious world way, like of just something coming back to you type of thing, I don't get that. You know what I'm saying?
So some of the things don't really match up in some of the kind of conspiracy theories that he has. But the thing is with Gene Deal, the reason why I interviewed him was because he was there when Big actually got shot. All right. And he was, actually there on the scene. And that was the main part of the interview. I figured the other stuff was going to be kind of like, I don't know. Maybe not.
Vlad TV. Why he put your name in a bad light? Like, what's going on?
Bruh, first of all, let's give the people what you just said. Before I did the Vlad interview, it was 2, 3 years, 4 years after I did your interview. He had to see your interview with me.
Of course.
In order to want to do an interview with me. So any person that see that interview can go there and look at it and say, okay, I think that's bullshit. That don't sound right. That don't add up. That's not good. He did none of that. The interview that he saw prior to doing the interview, which if you look at it, I ain't say nothing different. The people was pressuring him, you gotta get Gene Deal. You gotta get Gene Deal.
I remember that, fact.
You understand? He was a part of that whole Kading, Reggie Wright, now Whack 100. He was a part of that whole team that was spreading false information by the death of Biggie Smalls. Vlad been pushing him. So what they did was when he brought me onto his show, he's gonna say this, that, and the third, and it end up blowing up in his face with his whole team out there.
Damn.
So now, he had an ample enough opportunity. He had ample enough time to see it on your platform and say, no, I don't want to interview him. But he says the only reason I interviewed Gene Deal was
because he was there when Big actually got shot.
He was out there when the Notorious Big got shot. And I let it fly. I let it fly.
When he said what he said on camera on platform, what was Cam's response?
See, Cam don't know me personally. Cam seen me, but he don't probably remember he saw me. He came up to D. Ferg on 145th, and it was him and Jim Jones. Came to D. Ferg's store. Jim Jones was carrying the bags. I was right there. D was packing shit in the bags, giving it to Jim Jones to carry.
Got you.
Cam was right in there, I was in there. Cam was in the studio with K. Slay and Big Joe. K. Slay was trying to tell Cam, you gotta know Big Gene. But Joe was talking about me.
He was talking shit about you?
Talking shit about me.
Shit about you?
Shit about me.
Oh, wow.
You understand? And he was trying to tell Cam, don't you listen to that shit. that Gene ain't nothing to be played with. You understand?
Hey, yo.
He said that Gene ain't nothing to be played with, Cam. You know, you talk all that they want to talk. They can act all they want to act, but you know him, Cam. So when I seen Cam, I didn't know Mace wasn't in the studio when they was doing that. When somebody sent me the thing. So Cam, he started laughing, but Cam did that laugh like, oh, you done f***ed up now.
Because Cam, he knew Gene gonna fire back.
Yeah.
So what did Vlad said exactly? Like, what was his exact words?
If you know how these motherfuckers operate, they ask them before the show starts. What can I ask you? What I can't ask you?
Correct.
What you want to stay away from? What do you want me to ask you? Because the way the dude did the question, it came out the blue. Like, yo, out of all the guys that you ever interviewed, out of all the guys all the people you ever interviewed, who you thought was giving you the bullshit? And this motherfucker said,
Gene Deal.
oh, Gene Deal.
Wow. Now, let me ask you this. You wound up charging him for that too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He gave me, I think, 4,000, close to 4,500, something like that for 58 minutes. But what he did was he said, Gene Deal, his shit don't match up. And so he started playing clips. He had Camden play clips. That's how I know when Lou sees